You know, when it comes to, you know, building a success, there's a template available, you know, and you can say, oh, I don't know how, but there's so much information out there readily available that it's at the point that it's not even a matter of you don't have access to the information, you're just afraid to learn. You know, you'd rather do these, there's an abundance of, you can do this, anybody can do it. It's not that anybody can do it, anybody can learn. You know, you can learn the process, you can learn the system, you can replicate success if you learn. But people don't want to learn, they just want results. I just want the right now. I want the benefits. I don't want to do the work.
And that's what this society is now. It's a microwave society. You know, where I want it right now, ready to eat it.
Instant gratification.
Definitely. Ready to get it at this time. It's crazy. It's crazy, actually. And I think the fact of wanting to learn, it bothers me, too, for people that sit on knowledge. Those that learn and do nothing with it. You know, for the fact of, I have this information, but I have a problem with executing. You know, I have a problem with executing. And the thing is, like, I don't have a problem with you knowing this information, but put that with someone that will do something with it. You know, get some other people around you that will execute, workers for you.
So, okay, so let me ask you this. So basically what you're asking for is advocacy.
Okay.
Is there a balance between being too involved? And I say this only because we've heard the statement, a jack of all trades is a master of nothing. We read all the time. We're exposed to information all the time. We can feel how we want to feel about it all the time. Human sex trafficking, I think it's absolutely horrible. You know, I will sign a petition that says that it's horrible. If there's a bill that can be signed into law, I will support it. Am I volunteering at relief sites? I'm not. Mental health, you know, underutilized, you know, with our ethnicity. A lot of people don't put enough stock into mental health to get an understanding of the weight of it. A lot of people, especially in the African American community, feel that they can pray and it'll go away. Unfortunately, that is not the case.
And it's funny you bring that up. I actually wrote a educational piece on my website, www.imjrmcdonald.com.
Wow, is that a plug?
I wrote a piece called Seek Help, Get Help.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of times we do feel like what you said, I'll pray about it, it'll go away. I suppress it. What happened to me in the past, whether it was my uncle, my cousin raped me, these things happen. These family secrets. We have so many family secrets that we don't want to talk about, but we can't be afraid to go out and say, I need help. I have to let this out. You know, it builds up. It builds up. It boils over, and then also it affects.
It deteriorates you from inside.
Right.
It affects your relationships. You know, how many.
You carry that.
You know, how many people, how many old couples have you met that they are just so scarred from their past that they don't even know how to be happy. They don't even know how to appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it can be, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm an adult. I haven't been all smiles. I've hurt people in my life. You know, I've heard people in my life who were already hurt before me.
Right.
You know, so, you know, and I got to live with that. But at the same time, it's like, you have, you know, like, for example, one of the qualifying questions that I ask when I meet someone is, are your parents still together?
Okay. Why? What does that mean?
Because typically, a woman whose parents are together or not together will really be determined one of two ways. Either they'll be more determined to try to stay with you, to prove that they're different from their parents, or they are very lax about breaking up with you. Like, it doesn't even resonate. Like you can be dismissed, you can be replaced, because nothing in them says that they have to work through a situation. My parents are together. We don't have to be together.
Right. I seen my mama do it by herself. She was independent.
Right.
You know, I can do the same thing. 2, 3 kids, it doesn't matter. 2 jobs.
Exactly. You can hear it in how they talk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say our children. They say my children.
Preach.
Yeah.
Preach.
So
I've heard that.
So, you know, all of that has an effect, you know, loss of family, infidelity in the household, abuse of all kinds, verbal, physical, mental, you know, sexual, from anyone, friend, distant family, close family, you know, all of these things, they can have an effect. It's stuff that happens to your peers, you know.
Yeah.
And if you never talk to a qualified person about them, to express, to even learn how to express how they make you feel, and you hold it, and if it hurts you, it'll tear you down from the inside. So then what happens? You get into this next relationship, and you don't even know how to even express what you're feeling, or you don't even know how to properly respond, you know. Where, because like I try to warn a lot of brothers, like, you know, some dudes who are in that I'm gonna hit it and quit it mentality.
Okay.
You can't think that way, because you have to effectively plan for your end game. Like, what's your exit strategy? And it's not gonna be
get out?
I'm walking out the door, because
it's not gonna be that easy.
It's not that easy, because you don't know what you're leaving behind when you walk out. You know what I'm saying? Is she embarrassed? Does she now feel left in? What's gonna happen? Does somebody know that she was there? What happens if they follow up with her about it?
Left onto
Oh, you fucked that dude?
South.
No, he raped me. Why? Because she's embarrassed. And in the court of public opinion, you're already guilty the moment those words leave her mouth.
And picked up, gone,
done. You know, they'll arrest you, prosecute you, and even after the truth comes out, you ain't getting no I'm sorry. They ain't saying my bad. None of that. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So, how are you walking away from this situation? You know? And did she even want to be in that situation? Because of, you know, what if a woman doesn't know how to say no? She's just so wrapped up in the moment, she doesn't know how to stop. But this is not where she wants to be.
Right.
She's just going with the flow, and it just is kind of like, I can't believe that just happened. Mm-hmm. She's in shock.
So you feel like having like an out-of-body experience, like she's
like she's there, she knows this is there, but she doesn't know how to stop.
Continue
it's like trying to stop
miles
the ocean.
On I-95
you know,
South.
But unless you're just aware, and because she's not telling you no, you're not thinking that there's a problem, so you're just continuing, and you've I don't want to say forced, but coerced a situation that she wasn't ready for. And you walk away. You think you're going to walk away from that? Right. It just doesn't happen like that.
It's not that
so,
easy.
You got to be mindful. You got to be really mindful of who you spend your time with, who you deal with, who you invest in, you know, and understand what it is. Like, and most people do not take that time. They don't ask those questions. A lot of times we don't know what questions to ask.
We don't know what. And I was thinking about that a moment ago when you were just talking. Like, I think a lot of time we don't even take enough time to understand ourselves.
Yeah.
Enough to understand what we want.
Why.
The specifics of those things. You know, what is I'm looking for. You know, and when we put that out there, like, oh, this is what I want. I want a woman that looks like this. And then when you get the woman that looks like this, then you realize, well, she needs to have this, this, and this. I thought that was understood.
Yeah.
No. You have to be specific in things that you're seeking, because you get just what you're asking for.
You can't want a diva and then be mad at her for how long it takes her to get ready. I need to repeat that. I need to repeat that. You can't want a diva and be mad at how long it takes for her to get ready.
Right. That's a diva. That's what she's doing.
Diva! Oh, Fresh Fish joint. Diva!
Man, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.